Today, Rinpoche gave a clear explanation of how the 6 perfections are fixed in number according to Haribhadra's commentary.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to anybody who's new.
Yeah.
You can sit wherever you'd like, make yourself comfortable.
What the ring? The that not the passion to get on it, Marva. Passion to get on it, Jung or Larishman. Passion to get on it, the law. Then do the Jenny she be tongue at on. Living single zombie she be tongue at Kanye Udua. That do the Jenny she be tongue at the Lapiche. Not Piche Marva. Do the Jenny she be tongue at the la. Not Piche Ngaro. Not to let to be tongue, eh? Then 20 ruble to be tongue, eh? Lawrence Hajil, though, Lawrence Hajil, the Hollywood road. Lawrence Hajil in a sugar.
Okay, they droop. Lana droop your, eh?
Yeah. Lawrence Hajil or Lawrence Hajil. And not to let to be tongue, eh? Dambuji, want to let to be tongue, Dambuji. Niba Jendu Taji Dubala to be tongue, Nibaji. Tijan Taji Dubala to be tongue, Sombaji. Lama Taji, Nabataji be wanting to be tongue, Shivaji. Habasonga to be tongue, Nabatamarba. Habasonga to be tongue. Lani Sajin and Dua.
They can sabudu, they Lamrim le Ela droop your. Then the top down share up ngapa, then drupa the klaparson. The tambo the chipa, the nipa tsokni, sumba the rangdan the jendung, jendung.
Jiba Taji Dubal do tongue.
The teaching Kanga the Yure, then Ngapa the top down
Lama Taji Naba
share up,
on the tongue,
then Drupa Laparsum. Drew, okay, Tuche. Go get Mapachi. Okay, so once again, we're looking at Lama Tsongkhapa's great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment, and specifically the section on training the mind in the stage of the path for beings of great capacity. And within that section specifically, we are in the part of training the mind in the Mahayana precepts and perfections, so which we are now dealing with the 6 perfections specifically. So when we look at page 104 in the Tibetan, you'll see the main topic of how all precepts are included in the 6 perfections. Number 1, a discussion of the main topic. The fixed number of perfections is the category we're in. And then that will be explained according to 6 different parts. The first is the fixed number of perfections based on high status. The second is the fixed number of perfections based on fulfilling the 2 aims. The third is the fixed number of perfections based on perfecting the fulfillment of others' aims. The fourth is the fixed number of perfections based on the subsuming the entire Mahayana. The number 5 is the fixed number of perfections in terms of the completeness of paths of method. And the 6th, the fixed number of perfections based on the 3 trainings. So these are the 6 categories that we find here. And the Diksung Rinpoche.
That Tombo, that not Piji rules him, but that Habasong to be tongue, the lady Mara. Habasong to be tongue, Lari Champion or the Lari Champion de Lua. Sonja to do the need, Sonja to do the go to go. Habasong to be tongue and as
Lessa.
What the name would do?
The Drupa. The Injike, the Drupa 6.
What the Drupa 2
Okay. So this is number 6. We're going to begin today on page 109 in the English. The fixed number of perfections based on the 3 trainings is where we will be. Lapar sum la dubi drangye ne. Okay. So, Raksum.
Habasung la dubi drangye tal habasung the Treatise laba, Khensur laba, Chenrezig habasung the man.
Tuche.
Habasung sana ne shebale yor nambale yor tumu ichures.
Okay.
Habil habasung sana ne nambi tumu mayim changu yorda. Nanjung sambi sibi Treatise laba, Khensur laba, Chenrezig laba jaba ina.
Okay, so the 3 trainings themselves are ethics, concentration, and wisdom. So these 3 higher trainings, or these 3 trainings, are found not only in Buddhist traditions, but we find them in the non-Buddhist traditions as well. So we differentiate the Buddhist trainings and call them higher trainings because the training in ethics, concentration, and wisdom is permeated with or saturated with renunciation or a desire to definitely emerge from cyclic existence. So this aspiration saturates these 3. So the Dixon.
Yeah. Habasung la dubi drang, habasung daji, habasung la dune, and the Shindu do the habasung do is marva. Shindu the habasung do this. That Shindu habasung the condition do this and then habasung la dubi drang and Treatise loving on Treatise las, Treatise loving on the Treatise is that Treatise the la and then Rajung Treatise down, and Chimbi Treatise marva. Rajung no but Chimbi nomba tambusung, rajung nomba tamangas, and susu taba rejig nane, rajung nomba tambusung de, gulung nomba, guzug nomba, and gulami nomba sundina. Chimbi nomba tambusung de, genye pami nomba ni, gulami nomba sundin jirabata. Treatise laba. Treatise labi ngon, Treatise la, susu taba rejig marwa. Sudal jana, Sudal Treatise, Shansang Treatise, Sanga Treatise, Jedang Song Yongruwa, Sudal Java Yina, Sudal Treatise, Susutaba Rije. Rije de Chimi Domba Kazeyu, Tambo Song, and Raju Domba Tamanga, Chimi Domba Tambo Song, the Guinea Pami Domba Yi, Gulami Domba Song Dingire. That Raju Domba Tamanga, the Gutu Pama, Gulong Pama, Gulami Domba. Nothing is Marbe.
Lesso. 1, 2. Okay. So we start to read the fixed number of perfections based on the 3 trainings. The fixed number of the training in ethical discipline, the first of the 3 trainings, is the practice of ethical discipline, the actual practice of it. So it's saying that even though the 2 words are the same, one is saying that it's the actual application of that ethical discipline that is that training. So what does that mean? So when we look at ethics, we can divide them in varying ways. We can divide them by way of 3 individual liberation vows, bodhisattva vows, and tantric vows, or we can divide them by way of just looking at the individual liberation vows themselves and then dividing those individual liberation vows into householder vows and ordained vows. So when we look at the individual liberation vows, there are 7 lifetime vows and then the 1 24-hour vow, making for a total of 8. So they are called in Sanskrit pratimoksha vows, English individual liberation vows. So these Pradamoksha vows are as follows. The 3 for the householder are, there is one 24-hour vow that has been presented in Scripture that is householders can take. And then there's the householder vow for the man and the householder vow for the woman. So these are the 3 types of vows that householders can take. The 24-hour vow, the male householder, and the female householder. And just as a note, they're the same vow, the male and female householder vows. The 5 ordained vows are as follows. We have the probationary nun vow, the novice monk vow, the novice nun vow, the fully ordained monk vow, and the fully ordained nun vow. So these are the 5 lifetime ordained vows, and those were the 3 householder vows, 2 of which are lifetime, 1 is a 24-hour vow. So that, just as a translator's note, that's why sometimes you see 8 Pradamoksha vows, sometimes you see 7, because they're referring to sometimes just the lifetime vows. When they say 7, the 8 includes the 24-hour vow as well. So that's why you see sometimes different numbering of them, 7 or 8. It's just depending on whether they include that one-day vow or not. This is how showing that these 6 perfections are definite in number based on the 3 higher trainings. So this is a sign that's going to show why this initial thesis that they're fixed in number is then now going to be proven based on the 3 trainings, and then first starting with ethics. Okay, Diksung Rinpoche.
What the Talhabazula to be Jangan and Labi Chutin Lavan Chutin in Las.
Less so?
Chutin Dakan the Ponjakan or soon with Son Sentinel Chutin Lamarbe. Soon is Hemba. Son Sentinel Chutin J. They are Longelam de Jimba Yuenas Jimba. Jimba de Yuba Yina Daba Lambe ne. Then Chutin 2 source. 다 짐바도한테 주딩 투 le 야우레스 주딩 투소스 양다바 람바 시와라 함시 아네 슬람마시 발라 소바 제베 소유네 디코로드 제바도한테 주딩 라비 코레스 주딩 라비코 제바데 가서 그래 Shibala Hamashi, and Shibala Soba, Nujela Jimmy Zoba, don't get on land Zoba to Sunday Zamarba, don't get on land Zoba La Soba. Zoba Duena, and Chutin Sun to Res, Zoba man Chutin Sun to Mares, on day Zosa, what the Zoba there, and Sun you then Chutin Konamares, then they Koros, Chutin Konamares,
Less so.
Jimba down, Chutin, Jimba, Zoba, you need Yobaina, and Chutin, they have been Gumawada.
Less so. Less so.
What is Samarba?
Less so. Okay, so next it says the precondition of, Rinpoche actually reread it all, the training of, the nature of the training in ethical discipline, the first of the 3 trainings, parentheses again, not in the Tibetan, is the practice of ethical discipline. The precondition of the training in ethical discipline is generosity, because once you have generosity that is indifferent to resources, you can properly adopt an ethical discipline. So that you're not clinging, you can, this generosity aids the ethical discipline. And the aid to the training in ethical discipline is patience, because the patience of not retaliating when scolded, etc., safeguards your properly adopted ethical discipline. So it's showing how you have to have patience in order to have ethical discipline. It's showing the connectivity between all of these subjects, how ethical discipline is created by this patience of not retaliating, so not harming others because you are harmed. So this is showing how this fuels or aids in the ethics. And so when we divide patience, we divide it into 3 different categories. The patience of disregarding harm done to you, the patience of accepting suffering, and the patience of the certitude about the teachings, or patience of Dharma practice, sometimes translated as. Here, I think I've got everything. So this not retaliating, or the patience of disregarding harm done to you, which is the first among the divisions of patience, allows you to be ethically disciplined. This patience does. Diksung. Zupatsar.
that kunam jimba dan zobani de samar ba zobani tushi ne chudin de abu ngores jimba dan zoba de abu men chudin abu yo mar sum de sa de koro santen ne senji loba is sa santen se senji loba sana dingen je loba de mar ba dingen je loba sana anunga zo sheba de yul ne bi chaji dan susu ju bi chaji lo da dingen je se kan Sal Galtan by the Sal Tansa del Tempage Nedigantilla, Shiliji, Sanjula, Tingens Logres, Tingens Laba, Tingens Labas, or the Yula Tiji the Nebi. Tony Gumba in and Hagumba in and Telba Temple dedicating Shiliji, Sanjul, Tingens Logres, Tingens Labas. Naju Sabi Sembaina, Tabi Tingens Labas. What the name is it?
So next we move on to the training in meditative concentration, and it becomes a higher training in meditative concentration if for instance, the object of observation, it's a fixed concentration on renunciation, a desire to definitely emerge. This differentiates it. We sometimes, just as a note, we use emptiness a lot, but you can also use renunciation because this differentiates our Buddhist from non-Buddhist. So if you have fixed desire to definitely emerge, then this is a differentiation, and this is what makes it a higher training. So meditative stabilization is the training of the mind, the second training, the training of meditative concentration, and wisdom is the training in wisdom, the third training. As for joyous perseverance, it is included in all of the trainings. So this is how you show the 6 is the definite number, because we see that the 3 trainings relate in this way to those 6. So joyous perseverance is needed for all of them, and then you have concentration, highest higher training, concentration, wisdom, highest higher training, and wisdom. So you have then within the 3 highest higher trainings, you have first generosity, ethics, and patience, fulfilling the first highest higher training in ethics, and then the highest higher training in concentration, the perfection of concentration fills the highest higher training in concentration category, and the perfection of wisdom fills the highest higher training in wisdom category, or vice versa. And then that's 5, and then the 6th is joyous perseverance or effort, and that pervades all of those trainings. We have to have effort in order to have ethics, concentration, and wisdom. So that's the how these 6 relate to the 3, and the proof of the 6 based on 3. Ngait Sampa Diksung Rinpoche. Diksung.
Because something Shiro Marbe Shiro Jalaba de Dachina Shiro Laba. Shirabala yor nabala yores tanganyu sambi simbi shiro loba da tuni to be shiro loba tanjaba ina happy loba happy shiro loba chanu yoro da
so the next
tuti ji le den ba tinga ji bomba den ba ane shiro ju chunja den ba wa de tuti le tuti den ba yaba ina ane tinga ji bomba den ba yaba ji Then Chencha Tibetan Buddhism yobayina, and Shinam than Juturu. Then I just treated you Lutemba, Tingan Bomba Temba, Shiroji, then Chencha Temba to yobayina, and the Kuits or June, Tabalura, Dundulura, or Dinake,
So the final is the highest higher training in wisdom, and this is wisdom that has the object of observation, renunciation, emptiness. So it's if we're saying wisdom is observing emptiness, it's permeated with a desire to definitely emerge, and the desire to emerge, the emptiness is understood. So this is the when one has a concentration. So I've missed something from before. So meditative concentration is when you have a fixed, you're fixed on an object of observation. So there's a fixation there. So the next, this wisdom, we're saying that it's imbued with or saturated with a desire to definitely emerge, observing emptiness, vice versa. So the three highest higher trainings are compared to cutting down a tree, or the need for them is compared to the act of cutting down a tree. So for instance, if you wish to cut down a tree, it's necessary to have various factors present. So for instance, in order to cut down a tree, you have to have a strong body or a stable body that serves as a basis or a foundation. This is compared to the highest higher training in ethics. So ethics are compared to the stable body that's needed to cut down a tree. But this stable body alone can't cut down a tree. You also need to have a very good arm, a strong arm. So this strong arm is compared to the highest higher training and concentration that's needed. But with just a body and a strong arm, you can't cut down a tree still. You need to have some kind of a saw. So then the saw is compared to the highest higher training in wisdom. So if you have a stable basis, body, and a good arm and a saw, you can cut down a tree. Comparatively, if you have the basis of ethics and the concentration and wisdom, you are able to achieve the goals of Buddhism, the goals of beginning with rebirth into the higher realms of cyclic existence of the gods and humans and so forth, and the next level, the end of rebirth, liberation or nirvana, and then complete Buddhahood. So all of these occur by engaging in these practices of ethics, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, Khensur Rinpoche.
Chenrezig laba songa la tube shindu dunge des laba song tu change baza de wadres da Chenrezig de wad laba songa ane dores Chenrezig de ane Chenrezig de ba ina chudinji laba ya jeungure shiraji laba ya jeungure tingenji laba de ya jeungure yeden malu Chenrezig jenduji so no lodu chund ni ji jo Chenrezig gandun ba jo ba ye 사드 제바요 좋아오스 오만주고 말아 오만주바 어제 요새 그걸로 전적이 좋은단 그래 전적이 괜찮을 요새 야부용 그래서 전적 매나 아니 요새 야부용 말했어 남이 줄로 어디로 좀 맞이나 나 어제 요새 인자도 말아봤다 요새 말로 전적이 돼 그래서 어떨 하다가 그걸로 어제 전적 맞이나 돼 요새 시도야 가로 전적 제공도 다
So then the final point that's made is about the joyous perseverance being included in all of them. So if you make good effort, then you'll be able to accomplish any goal. So making good effort in ethics, concentration, and wisdom. So it says something to the effect in Chandrakirti's entrance to the middle way, the commentary on the commentary on Nagarjuna's root wisdom text. It says that all goals come from effort. Without effort, they can't be achieved, or through perseverance. So all of the aims and so forth one wishes for require perseverance, require effort in order to be achieved. Diksung Rinpoche.
No, the Lari didn't Karsa. You them are Tundu Generation, so no Lulu to Karsa. Tundu, Tundu. Madu Temple, Tundu Gogo na, Lontu Yuden Dajin P. Shulan Taji Tunda Tembajo, Kansan Legitana Yin Rus, Lari didn't Lord Sondua. And Madu Temple, Tundu Temple Yabayina, Madu Temple, Tundu Goshat Kombayina, Madu Temple, Tundu Gogo na, Lontu Yuden Dajin Longi Yuden, to be Yuden to Kangalo. Dawa tseba chi ne chungi ba ya jinda na ya phe ngures mundu tembi tsundu kogo na longtu yin den ya ngon da jin bi sholong ta ji don den ba jo kansan le ji ta na yin ru wa de la ri de den song do de da marbe.
So then we find the
mundu tembi tsundu kogo na longtu yin den ya ngon da jin bi.
So we find in Lama Tsongkhapa's Lamrim Duden the abbreviated stages of the path, where Lama Tsongkhapa points out all of the excellent qualities of joyous perseverance, where he said, just one moment. Okay, I'll look this up in a minute. Rinpoche gave a definition before. I just wanted to grab. So anyway, so in the abbreviated stages of the path, Lama Tsongkhapa says, once you wear the armor of resolute and irreversible, enthusiastic perseverance, your expertise in the scriptures and insights will increase like the waxing moon. You will make all your actions meaningful for attaining enlightenment, and you will bring whatever you undertake to its intended conclusion. Knowing this, the bodhisattvas have exerted great waves of joyous effort, washing away all laziness. I, the yogi, have practiced just that. If you would also seek liberation, please cultivate yourself in the same way. Diksung Rinpoche.
Chenrezig ne lhaba sonla tobe shindu to ngade tandu de jende yimbare lason onzun zene ne jayu paru shimba tu yangda she de tombu sons chutin je de ko de le jimba na zobani sonje tombu son tamani je nabani tamani de tingende lhaba shiro lhaba ni de marba 지는 송차 라야 도스 전르데 안에와데 추린지라바다 안에 라바 송갈 도레스 추린지라바 땡은지라바 셰로지라바 송갈 도레스 송차 라야 도 셰소스.
So just going back to the single-pointed concentration or calm abiding, it's defined as a stabilization arisen from meditation and conjoined with special pliancy. The mind's abiding on an internal object of observation upon the calming of distraction to the outside. So calm abiding, it's calming the distraction to the outside. It's abiding in one specific place. So that's just going back. I had missed that before, and I wanted to make sure I translated that. So then the Chu Garilos on the Laran Chenmo, the Doda Jenlong, Yomare.
Doda Jen Tsinde Yimare, Sasong Wanton Zenene, Jayu Parishin Batu, Yanda She the Tambusun, Tamani, Nabani, Jin Sonsha Lion Tos, Doda Jen Tsinde Yimbaroda, Doda Jen Tsinde Zaro Jenmuche. Tan Sasong Wanton Zene, Labason Jon Jene, Shindu Chang at the Canarisana. Okay. All right. Less so. 타만이 된거지 러버 싫어지러버도 말이야. 러버니 들어. 찌는 송자도 전도지 러버데 네 러버 송갈 또 그래스. 전도지 러버데 매나 주진지 러버 용도 말에 싫어지 러버 용도 말에 된거지 러버 용도 말에. 전도지 여봐 이나 아니 러버 주진지 러버 야부 용 그래. 된거지 러버 야부 용 그래. 싫어지 러버데 지는 양원 다진도 제 용 그래스.
That's so. Okay, so as for joyous perseverance, it is included in all three trainings, so the perfections are fixed at 6 in number. So it's then Lama Tsongkhapa is presenting how all of these 6 connect to the 3 and vice versa. So then where does this come from? It comes from the Mahayana Sutra Alamkara, the ornament for Mahayana Sutras by Lord Maitreya. And it says, the conqueror rightly presented 6 perfections in terms of the 3 trainings. 3 are the first, 2 of the 6 are connected with the final 2, and 1 is included in all 3. So what is this referring to? It says that if we look at the 6 perfections, and we look at all of them, we'll see that the first 3, in terms of the 3 trainings, 3 are the first. So the first ethics, we find that generosity, ethics, and patience are connected to ethical behavior. So this is the first category, the first of the 3. Then 2 are connected with the final 2. This is referring to the highest higher training in concentration and highest higher training in wisdom. The 2 that are connected to are the perfection of concentration is connected to the highest higher training in concentration, and the perfection of wisdom is connected to the highest higher training in wisdom. So these are the how these. And then it says 1 is included in all 3. This is referring again to the highest higher training in, the perfection of perseverance, the perfection of effort. So without the perfection of effort, you won't have the highest higher training in ethics, concentration, or wisdom. So you need this perfection of effort in order to practice, in order to do any of the 3 trainings, or practice any of those 3 trainings. So this is why we say that they are the perfections are fixed in number as 6, because they relate in these ways to the 3 highest higher trainings. Dixon.
What that 20 year what you what content do the energy with the truth strong about Habasung to be Shidu Chang at what about the Samarba. That the Tana, 10 persons over Gendawa Shigi, Randa Genji, Zuba Gendawa Shi, Tiba, Kala Nene, Tajinaba Cheneta Dembe, on a Lava Khan drew with 10 down, 20 down, Tijan down, Tadan, Habana Yonzu. Duba sheba dan, duba sheba ne, pashin tu nido sheba shelas, shansen jinyan ne jin ne tangji dongba yin la, nyamba chenmo manye jibado samba shaos. Ta dandima na wate shindu dan naga chibare songdo zirta jangjibe jirum shinde shindu zhanga bade. Shida Kechibures, Songdusa. Tadana, 10 persons over Gendawashi, that then made and the high then. 10 persons over Gendawashi, Randa Genjidun, Nonsuzuba, Randa de Gendun, Nonsuzuba Gendawashi, Tiba Kala Nene, Yatuji Tiba Neba Inanda, Ranjaji Tiba Neba Inanda, Tiba Chembala Neba Inanda, Nekane. Nene, Taji Naba Jendan, Dembe, Taji Naba Jendan, Dembe, and the Shanchu Sela Suba to Zenjirwata, Dembe, Lhaba gan druba. Lhaba gan drubi ten dang. Lhaba gan drubi ten dang. Gan drubi ten dang. Ta mayi lu ten, ta layi lu ten, shiro da. Ten dang. Duen dang. Tijen dang. Ta dang. Lhaba nang. Nungsu druba sheba dang. Druba sheba ne. Pashin dru nidu sheba shelas. Ane shansen ji nyanglen ji nen tang ji dong yinba la shindu de shangchu senpe lang ji nen tang ji dubi dong yinba la yinba de yabu sheba ji ures ngaba manye ji bado samba sha us yabu ji mangye bado de san mo dang ures ondin sare.
That's so. Then Lama Tsongkhapa goes on, by a certain kind of excellent life you bring to completion either others or your own aims. You practice certain kinds of trainings by possessing a diversity of methods, depending on which vehicle you are in. So here, the three, this is referring to the three vehicles, the hearer's vehicle, solitary realizer vehicle, and the bodhisattva vehicle. So this is saying that this is referring to and applying to them all. Understanding in this way that the six perfections comprise and bring to completion the above perspectives on their fixed number, life, aims, the Mahayana, the methods, and the trainings. Reflect until you get a deep conviction about how the six perfections are the summation of all the key points of the bodhisattva practice. So we can see that the six perfections really summarize all that the bodhisattva does, all of the practices. Digso.
This one. What that done, what the that passion to the tongue about the do the genesis of tongue at all. Ruben Sangazon be shipped tongue and you do the genesis of tongue and what about sun is that?
So there are two origins of explanation within this section. There's the origin from the Master Lord Maitreya, and according to the Mahayana Sutra Alamkara, and then also Haribhadra text, the long explanation of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra in 8,000 lines. The Abhisamaya Lamkara Loka. Abhisamaya Lamkara Loka is the name of that. So I guess Asanga asserted these based on Senge Zampo, on Haribhadra's works. So we've now completed the part that deals with the Dodogen, the Ne Tsar.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now we've completed the section that deals with Maitreya's Mahayana Sutra Alamkara and its explanations. Now we'll get into the section where Haribhadra's points are made. Diksun. So if we go to 46, where? 16 in the prayer book. I don't know if they're all the same. NGK Yomari. Okay. Yeah, now Rinpoche is saying it's on page 16. We find in the. Is this the same?
Yes. So go to page 12 or 13.
Yeah, I just have to find it. So we find, I bow to you, O Master Haribhadra, who were prophesied by the Conqueror as expounder of the meaning of the Mother, the perfection of wisdom. You elucidated the excellent treatise on the perfection of wisdom, the three mothers, in perfect accord with the instruction of the Savior, Maitreya. Indicate, you're right. So in in this prayer by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, we find this aspiration made to Haribhadra, or this homage paid to Haribhadra. Rinpoche used word like more of aspiration, but this homage that's paid to Haribhadra for the elucidation of the perfection of wisdom teachings. Okay.
다 루면 생각 좀비 네 파신 주도 장애버들 송的송 메티슈 본유 장애지 당부제 메티슈 본유 장애 사제지 춘두비 장애 송바 세제지 된시비 장애 카송레거도 루면 생각 좀비 네 루면 생각 좀비 로라 메티슈 본유 장애
The Dondagare.
메티슈 다드네 메티슈 댄지 당 녀모발라서 본유 장애스 녀모 본유 장애
Okay.
댄지 본유 장애 메티슈 본유 장애스 당부제 네바 사제지 춘두비 장애 근데 사제가 시주고도 원제고 도바당原点都是跟รูป长哎，你把这，说把世界短些的长哎，世界是短些的长哎，
Randun, Shandun, Semchendun. There.
世界个短些的长哎，生个上比我的世界送这个东西。
Okay, touche. So we find in, excuse me, in Haribhadra's text that the reason for the fixed number is based on 3 points that are made. So the first point deals with the abandonment. It'll probably come up later, but the abandonment of the afflictions. So the afflictions or the negativities that are abandoned. So it's based on that. The next is the collections necessary to become a Buddha. And the bodies created, so the various form and truth bodies of the Buddha and so forth explain this. And then number 3 is in terms of the fulfillment of the needs of sentient beings. So these are the 3 categories that Haribhadra uses to explain it. Okay.
그러면 생각 좀 보고 뭐도 이제 그래 봐. 너한테 뭐 요하랬어. 뭐도 이제 봐.
Here it is.
근데 받던 세당. 받던 세당 대신당. 어떤 뭐도 이제 그래 부다 요하랬어.
The guy, the Bechami said?
받던 세서 그러면 생각 좀 말해.
Oh.
대신당 내가 총아.
Less so. Oh, less so. So if we're looking for Senge Zampo, Haribhadra has the long explanation of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra in 8,000 lines, and also the short explanation, and they very much clarify the meaning of the Perfection of Wisdom in a very clear way. So the fixed number in terms of remedies that eliminate the class of phenomena that are incompatible with virtue is the first category. If we're looking for technically, I found it embedded within the text. The fixed number based on the fact that they are the foundation for achieving every quality of a Buddha, all the bodies of the Buddha, every quality, and a fixed number in terms of being concordant with helping sentient beings to mature is similar to the meaning of the third one. Oh, so it's saying it's similar to the complete fulfillment of others' aims. The third of the 6, fulfilling others' aims. So as we said, the fulfilling the aims of sentient beings is what we translated it initially as. So it's the same thing. So those are the 3, and you'll find those on page 110 in the Tibetan. So we'll get in English. So we'll get to that. Okay, Diksun.
Why that living so zombie what the material point you going to send to the tongue about there. Yeah, Tambune, Koale, Mandao, Mapabi June, need this. Yeah, so what then could each young thing would walk. Yeah, Tambune, kuwa mandao mapa yuni waris ni de shuo na longshui le chaba dang qin le chaba ni de res longshui an kamba dang sa tong dang de ne qin le chaba su su kamba yo kamba le chaba yo na an wo de lu tu ma res de wo ji ro da longshui le chaba de qin le chaba ni de yo na ne dang ne kuwa le mandao mapa yuni de wo de res Chenla Chabos, the Nebu Garasana, Nebu Jimba de Jimba down Sujin Sauce on Chinton Lonshel Chabi, Nebu de Jimba the Sujin is ended out. The Nebu Jimba down Sujin Sauce, Chenla Chabi Chaba down, Lonshel Chaba Nebu Shosana, then 쇼스나 디 녀분의 짐바다 추진 녀분들 짐바도 추진 녀분들게 네 친라 차바다 되네 가서 그래 롱슈를 차바들 녀분도 그래서
the jimba longshu the kamba the suchin lesser
어디 친라 차바다 롱슈를 차바들 녀분도 쇼스나 짐바도 추진 녀들
lesser
짐바도 추진 녀들 여바이나 안나 어디 엔드다 Chenla Chabi Chabatan, Longshul Chabi Chabal Nebudures, Chujinso.
So then, furthermore, on page 109, about 3/4 of the way down, it says, furthermore, there are two causes of not initially transcending or rising above cyclic existence: attachment to resources and attachment to home. The remedies for these are generosity and ethical discipline, respectively. That's it. So there are these two: attachment to resources and attachment to a home, your house, a home. So the word, it's a different word than the word we would normally use for house, but Rinpoche said that it means home. Maybe it's the difference between house and home, because it doesn't mean your home doesn't have to be a house. Maybe that's what that means. Just as looking at the words in Tibetan, I think that might be what the differentiation is like attachment to your things, attachment to basically where you stay, I think, is the rougher translation of what this is because the word is a word that's very foreign. I haven't seen, and Rinpoche said it means similar to house. So I would say that's what it means: where you dwell, your home. So these are then cured by generosity and ethics.
What the
So we're so lucky. Jayan Sheba was so kind to us to write this commentary that we use to understand all of this, because without the commentary, it would be very difficult to understand the meaning, the complete meaning of Lama Tsongkhapa's words. And just as a translator's note, if anyone's reading it in the English and says, why would that be? It seems so readable. It's been translated in a very readable way. I'm not making a critique. I'm just saying that the Tibetan is much more difficult if you were fluent in Tibetan to read than the English is if you're fluent in English to read. And a lot of the English has been translated to meaning, and instead of it being so encoded, because a lot of the Tibetan wouldn't read in a way that you would just be reading a book. It reads more in 6 divisions of that. It's very rough and coarse, and not written in such a flowing way in certain places. So that whenever you hear Rinpoche say, this is so really difficult to understand the words, really when you read it in the Tibetan, it's so encoded and so many words are put together, and one word is used to mean a lot of different things, so it's just important to know that this has been really worked worked and worked so that it's palatable and an easier read than the Tibetan is. And it's not a critique on anything, it's just a fact I'm putting out there. Okay. So Jayan Sheba has many books out, very few in English. We have a couple, but Jayan Sheba has a vast amount of works and incredible literature. He's from Amdo in Tibet, and he was a great scholar from Amdo land. Pugo, pu? I see. So the two, Jayan Sheba and Lama Tsongkhapa, are sometimes compared in a way like a father and a son. So they say sometimes that Lama Tsongkhapa is like the father, and the Lamrim Chenmo is like the father, and Jayan Sheba is like the son who clarifies what the father's words are, and within his commentaries of clarification. So they sometimes compare them in that way, their relationship in that way, to a father and a son. They were both from Amdo also. They're scholars from the Amdo region. And as a note also that Jayan Sheba's literature was born out of Lama Tsongkhapa's, so that's the other reason, born out of or born from. They say like a father and a son when they explain the literature from Tsongkhapa's perspective of his writing the Lamrim Chenmo and Jayan Sheba's writing commentaries. So Jayan Sheba is from a monastery in Amdo where there were tens of thousands of monks at the time, back before the Tandai Yirbe. So I asked if they were there still, if there were these monasteries, and he said so many bombs were dropped, it's hard to say what's remaining and what's not there now, because so many bombs were dropped. Okay, so so you may rise. So furthermore, there are two causes of not initially transcending or rising above cyclic existence: attachment to resources and attachment to a home. The remedies for these are generosity and ethical discipline, respectively. This categorically would fall, when we look at the three categories that Haribhadra uses to prove the fixed number, this would fall under the first one, fixed number in terms of being remedies that eliminate the class of phenomena that are incompatible with virtue. So this is, and it says the two causes of not getting out of cyclic existence are being attached to your things and being attached to your dwelling, to your home. So these are categorically under the first category. And then it says you may rise above these attachments once, but still turn back without reaching the end. And I forgot, Rinpoche read the three. So the three categories that Haribhadra says prove that their fixed number of perfections are the number in terms of remedies that eliminate the class of phenomena that are incompatible with virtue. Number 2, based on the fact that they are the foundation for achieving every quality of a Buddha. And number 3, in terms of their being concordant with helping living beings or helping sentient beings fulfill their needs. And it says it's similar in meaning to perfecting. This isn't in the Tibetan. Perfecting the complete fulfillment of others' aims mentioned earlier. So that's an addition as well. Deeksong Rinpoche, I think.
Longshola chaba dan chinla chabi nyeba de shosana jimba de sutin res jimba de sutin yona ne chinla chaba dan longshola chabi chaba nyeba de res sutin so lanji pha jang thamshin bas lanji khwale phasana ta lanji nyomu ba de bomba ina tane yaja chonggo yona thamshin ba la dubi jön ni res 사두비 존니데 세제지 로두지 동에 danse 세제 로두지 동에 세제 로바두비 동에 라테네 테네 봉바디 냐옹고레스 도바 danse 게슈라 연에 뭐지 노수조오스 고알 케바 드라마스 소사 연에 메시다 텐도 칼리제고는 용사 말에서 sensu chane no dunuares tambane koale manda mapa juni de shosna longshola chaba chinla chaba teni gnyab shosna jimba de tsutin res jimba de tsutin de longshola chaba nyebre chinla chaba nyebres endat
That's
tsutin so lanchi pha jang thamshin ba lanji bonjang tata pana nyomo la jiden bu gombo jubi nyomo da jiden de bu gombo jubi nyomo ni yoro da jiden be lang bon toa ge to tse ji nyomo raba ji da nyomo cham ni yoro nyomo cham ni jiden de be lang thonlang la so ba do su mo do bo do ma ro jiden bu gombo jubi nyomo de raba ro da raba ni yoro da jiden bu gombo jubi nyomo do de jiten belang shiru badang namba zuge dingan zu gong na wade nega meba zu tu goro anja chong gore
Then the Ewa Yanjer Surunang Jikten Ngamang Yanjer
jiten bi nyomo dan jiten de bi nyomo ni yore
Jikten
bi lang ji pon toya ge nyomo raba du zu mar raba decha raba ne kongru raba wa tu zu gan jiten bi jide belang ge shine dang sa dong de gong ne de zhe go jia tu ge ji ro da jide de be lang ge bu ge den jin lai ji tu ma ba den jin lai ji da wo tu zhe jide de be lang ge ma do gong tu ma ro dong gong song tu be lang ge ma do gong tu ma ro jide de be lang bon ja tong lang gong lang de dang ga de parang ga de para sang ga de me de so de dang ga de parang ga de parasangade Buddhist hote to see samare jiden debilang gadengade parangade parasangade Buddha to song de jiden debilang mare
then jiten bi nyomon tambo the tambo
jiden bi nyomo ta jiden
the rapa
jiden bi nyomo sagade jiden bi lange pontu ge nyomo de le nyomo rapa ro
then the shilupa dan
namba gangal yedro da
yine yanjer yong
shiruba santen gun den zo mel chewa yoro da nyomo rabat pone zo mel cheno goro da
yine the kont the shilupa the nyomon rapa yanjer yongudu
den nyane aja male goro da
nyomon rapa
sizu ba do sona jang de ngan yang ju se ba do jene zo mel sizu ba de jene ya aja ma san do ngan yong goro se da ko jiden de bi nyomo pontu go maro
yine the Sopolago Gongel Mepachi Rinpoche. Then in Khonsur the Nyomo Rapa Pong Yene Yanjer the Lesa the Nyomo Rapa Yanjer Sagare. Yene the Khonsur the Du Temchi the Nyomo Rapa Bonsar. Okay. So there's two different types of when we look at this. I don't know how exactly this worldly affairs or worldly activities. There are those of related to the afflictions, worldly activities related to the afflictions. I'll have to look this up. It's not something I've heard before. And worldly activities related to TP. Finale. I'll explain what these mean. There's two types of these worldly activities. The first one's referring to very coarse, and the second one is referring to very subtle. And the subtle ones, the coarse ones, we can say through concentration and so forth, even non-Buddhists are able to abandon, but they will again accumulate them because they haven't abandoned the root of them. So through concentrations and so forth, these coarse afflictions can be gotten rid of, but not the more subtle ones, and they will occur again even though they've been abandoned for a non-Buddhist without getting rid of the root. So these are two levels that have to be gotten rid of in order to become a Buddha. So Rinpoche was just pointing that out. And then it says, furthermore, there are two causes of not initially transcending or rising above cyclic existence. So the first two causes are this attachment to resources and attachment to a home. And then the antidote is generosity is the antidote to attachment to resources, and ethics is the antidote to attachment to a home. It says you may rise above these attachments once, so you could get rid of them. So Rinpoche is saying there are these two kinds, the coarse ones, and saying you could get rid of them but still turn back without reaching the end. So this is the tradition where through concentration and so forth, Rinpoche said they might achieve, for instance, a form or formless realm rebirth, but then they will accumulate some sort of karma and then again have these attachments and so forth. So even if, because the root hasn't been gotten rid of, it's saying there are the two causes of this: suffering from the wrongdoing of living beings and becoming dispirited at the length of time you have pursued virtue. So I don't think Rinpoche got into that. He explained these two kinds of negativities and so forth. Okay. Chu Kabar Kasong, the Diksong Rinpoche. I think he read further on Rinpoche, the Pui Kabar Kasong. Less so. Less so. Less so. Less so. Less so. Yes, sir.
the juni yores tinides jowo tinyab shows na zobat tundu des zobat tundu yoba yina sejen luru ji dugwa da ane gishu la yare bo jowa yong ma ti pon nyab do tores ti nyab no zobat tundu des zobat what Jenda que duja lava ina pa zoba gontu ba ina an derego roda. Nejila chimaya buzoba. Donga tanlen juzoba. What to le di joda. Sejen luru ji donga donga shonsona. Sejen senoba jene donga shonsona. Nejila chimaya buzoba. Donga tanlen juzoba du gongores. Tene te gomba ina Then what they no to Marista. Usually, you know, use that about drama song to Susa, drama Jadanija, what then the Tusan, you know, but then the knowledge to some Marisa, Samba June, doing as you are as the Nebuna Zobadan. Sentient Luruji doing as soon as the Nigel Chemena was over the knowledge Zoba Gungus, Zoba dance, Jundu this, Jundu Jimpetres, Zoba Yobaina, Sentient Luruji doing what the neighbor Rugre, Yademo, and then Combi Joa the neighbor Rugres, Jundu de doing it on Nabala, Chimanyabatan, Tupa de Maban, Yamachita Tayu, Joa Naji, Chonchu Shene, Gotomane Jana, Dubi Ju Niebo, Shenube, Zobat Sundu De, Zobat Sundu Jeyu, Nechosa, Zobat Sundu Negachores. Zoba de Yobaina, Senior Luruji, Dunga Ginev Rugres, Najila Gemana Zoba, Dunga Dalai Zoba to Yoda. Tai Yembo, then what then Keba Drama Sonos, Kalijo and Tusama, Junior, but the 20 on there, 20 on Wures. Dunga, the Nabala Gemana, but on Najila Gemana, but Dunga la Chimanya Buzoba, Naji la Chimanya Buzoba, Dunga the Neba la Chimanya Habata, Chimanya Buzoba, Tupa to Mapa, Yamachitabo, Tayu, Tuana Jans, Tupa to Mapa, Yamachitabo, Tayu, Tua. Naji, Chonchu Shenes, Gotomane Jana, Dubi, Ju Niebo, Shenu, Zobatan, Tundu, Jiu, Nature, what about Calais, you Calais?
You may rise above these attachments once, but still turn back without reaching the end. There are two causes of this: suffering from the wrongdoing of living beings and becoming dispirited at the length of time you have pursued virtue. So again, when we look at the divisions of patience, we'll see the developing the patience of disregarding harm done to you, developing the patience of accepting suffering, developing the patience of certitude about the teachings, or patience about the Dharma. So we find them all beginning to be presented in here, the patience of disregarding harm done to you. And then suffering from the wrongdoing of living beings and becoming dispirited at the length of time you have pursued virtue. So we find that the patience of certitude about the teachings, that third, that refers to being patient with Dharma practice. And you see how becoming dispirited at the length of time you have pursued virtue. So the remedies for these are patience and joyous perseverance, respectively. Once you understand how to sustain a disregard for all suffering and harm, as well as an enthusiasm which views even an eternity as though it were one day, you must practice them in various ways. So in order to become a Buddha, we say that Lord Shakyamuni developed the mind that aspires to enlightenment and then accumulated merit for 3 countless eons. So this is the time frame that we're speaking of, enduring in order to become enlightened. So it's saying that an enthusiasm which views even an eternity as though it were one day, because you have to get in this perspective that this is going to take a very long time, because it takes a very long time to become enlightened, and you can't become dispirited rather quickly after a short period of time, because it hasn't happened yet, because it took the Buddha, after achieving bodhicitta, countless eons. So it's saying you must practice them in various ways. If you do this, you will produce the patience and joyous perseverance that are capable of functioning as remedies to what causes you to turn back. Thus, they are extremely crucial. Never mind the matter of the bodhisattva deeds, even with regard to present-day cultivation of virtue. There are many who start out, but few who... even with regard to present-day cultivation of virtue, there are many who start out, but few who do not turn back after a while, because 1, their forbearance for the slightest hardship is tiny, and 2, their enthusiasm for the path they cultivate is tepid. This is the result of their not putting into practice the personal instructions associated with patience and joyous perseverance. So it's saying that these, giving up on the Dharma after a short period of time is from not focusing on patience and joyous perseverance in terms of the teachings that have been presented about them. Goals come from the air. Ngay tsampa kan lasa.
Yeah, that didn't matter to us. That time we Shanchu Sembi Shuba Mazes. Shanchu Sembi Shuba Lot, Dungan Zobala Suba, and Mamu the Maze, Tata Ituji, Geshe Lharampa, Kaji Tentu, Resen, Chua dance, Tata Gisha, Lujigawa, Nagigawa, Ijigawa, and Ruundu, and then Kaji Lujigawa, Nagawa, Dudu, and the Kali Chuchu, Tentula, Resen Chuas, and then Gangan Chuchu, Zobagoma Tubaji, Resen Chua Tang. Quand Gombe la, toujours chonus, quand Gombe la, Tolan, le trois chon res, trois chon, je sais, jazz, trois chon yétan, tombe majuba, la majuba mombres, moyen, pato, ne maluba, Chenmo, mon annonce, pato, tombe le chouin combre, que de chouba inaya, ne maduba Chenmo mon use, ne de jundu maduba mon use, and jundu sensu chanu rota, mon not de. Zoba dan jundu ji, mengala, machibi lenos, what the gish or chuchu let, and the Kali Jomatuba ji, what the careers in a career lambersana, Zoba dan jundu ji, mengal, then Majambi Jure, Majambi Lambares, Majamba Latene, what the Shumbares, Leno. Pato Malu Jans, Lujigo, Nagawa, Lujan, Malu Jan, Chusayu, Junides, Chu Mabazuyage, the Juni or the Juni de Sejiki, Mebala, Sengi, Mebala. Menebe, nine Gires, nine Shirochewa was Shirochewa. Nine the Shirochewa, Jula Dene, Jula Dene, and Lujigo, Nagawa, Shubatel Malujan, Chusai Jud, Junior Teres, Sijigo, Gimebala Menebe, nine dan Shirochewa. Naba was done as Geshe Lharampa Matabaji sent Kajuma Santan, 9 Summer, Naba Naye, Naba dance, Nine J, Nine dan Shiro Chewasuna, Shiro Chewas Gandani Mado, Shiro Yuji Wala Pema Dukan, Shiro Watanjili, Shiro Chewa.
Rinpoche, the Pui Kabiare, the Ngay Lasso. Sure.
Hey, that was
60.
Sonja Druju, Songo Drengo, Golma Tini Badendo.
Sumja Druchu Sum? Drusun?
Druju, Songo
Resa?
Drengo. The Zang Shanju Sambi, Zoba Mazes,
Desan.
the Zang Shanju Sambi, Zoba Maze, Tadi Duji Goa, Kaji Tandun La, Luigi Goa, Goa, Chong La, Tandun La, Zosen Chong Dance, Kaji. Dega Chong Jumba in a Zoba Gontu, Motuba Yungres, Zosa Chongatan, Kangumbe Lala, Trushu Chongyus, Kangumbe Landa Latin, Jundu Chua Chungres,
Lessa.
Zunha Gala Chua was, Jundu Gishala Chua Jilazero,
Lessa.
Trushu Chongjong, Trushu Chongyu, Jusenji,
Lessa.
Tomba Shoba Moyans. 통랑절로 통랑고라 두들 쇼케 몸버레스 모야 바도 말로바 쳔보 모 안타데스 담볼로전 지가 몸버레 되네 바도 어데 로전 제마투바 자케 몸버레스 바도 말로바 쳔보 모 나데
Okay, Samge.
어데 가르 레바르스나 전주 Zobadan, Zundu Liane Majibi, Zobadan, Zundu Ji, Menga la Majabi Lambares, Zobad Zundu Menga la Lujon Abu Yobaina, and what the Jun to Umares. Zobadan Zundu Ji, Menga la Majamba in Sudan, then what the Tamang Jun to the lady Resida. 朱树琼与举身及当不能，说把模样把都马都把模样那的，说把的尊重节，明暗了马上比来弄，把都马路上是那个小娃当，路小俺个娃，一个娃都是路上去把马路吧一那样，马路上去啥军人有的是。 또 출란도야 준이 요레스 준이 쇼스나 세진 세기 메발라 메네베 나이 디지레스 나이 디고데 고모 준제는 거로 나이다 싫어 치와스 나이도 싫어 치와니부터 그 주시발라 되네 나 준도도 저바디 야부용 거 말레스
Distract.
싫어 치와 오스 근데 싫어 라진초 시시 드마 장제베 틀린줄 그래서 아주 최소단도 어떤도 보다 근데 싫어 라진초 범하고 초대 싫어 주그 최소 제와도 되네 싫어 치와 싫어 치 중요한 장도 그래서 근데 싫어 라진초 시시 드마 장제베 틀린줄 그래서 아주 최소 제도 너 시시 드마도 다 시도 말해
Then the long cabernet.
롱아서도 버전은 추수 와시 퍼레 말베데.
Ah, there.
근데 싫어하지죠. 시지 도마장집에 틀린줄로 그주스 어디 시지 도마도 다비체도 아는 고송도 되는 줄 추수지야.
Lessa.
어떤 데서 말베. 시지 도마. 싫어 봐 배다나 싫어 야부 여비서 이제 페마도 그랬더니만
Lesso. So, by doing this, this will increase our wisdom. So by engaging in these practices, our wisdom will increase. So Rinpoche reread through this. Never mind the matter of the bodhisattva deeds, even with regard to present-day cultivation of virtue. There are many who start out, but few who do not turn back after a while. So many people start Buddhist practice, but there are very few who continue on after a short period of time. And it's saying that the causes for this are, one, their forbearance for the slightest hardship is tiny, and two, their enthusiasm for the path they cultivate is tepid. So here it's saying that This comes from not putting into the practice those personal instructions. So there are the personal instructions and then the scriptural instructions. So the personal instructions associated with patience and perseverance. Here, when we look at the various types of patience, one of the patience is being able to endure the hardship. So if you don't have that, then you won't be able to continue on. You won't want to continue to practice. So this is how patience and effort and the understanding of them connect to what causes you to discard the path. So if you have the patience of disregarding harm done to you, patience of accepting suffering, patience of the certitude about the teachings, or the patience for the Dharma, if you have that, then you won't turn back. Enthusiasm for the path they cultivate is tepid. If you had studied the personal instructions about joyous perseverance, then your enthusiasm, your motivation to do it, would be greater. So there wouldn't be this kind of cold feeling about the path. There would be a very joyful feeling about it because of the familiarization with the instructions. There are two causes of letting your virtue go to waste, even if you do not turn back after a while. Distraction, wherein your attention does not stabilize on a virtuous object of meditation, and faulty wisdom. So these are the two things that make your virtue get wasted. That doesn't make sense. Wastes your virtue. So wastes your depletes your virtue, or the causes of making your virtue deplete or become smaller and smaller, start to waste away, are distraction, being distracted, and the wrong wisdom, faulty wisdom, and mistaken views is basically what faulty wisdom refers to, wrong view. Dene, ngay tsampa kangala. Ngay tsampa.
Padu malu jang, chusa yun ni de, gi mi bala manebe, naba nayi dang, shira chewa ni de, nayi sena, the marbe, didn't tinzi rajin cho, nayi damajan zeba, trillion de lo kurusu, ngazo, wash pere nal den duwada. Tingan bonchut tingan cho je, metushu karjang warasana, nayi de jang waras, nayi damajan zeba, trillion de lo kurusu, one to the duwada. Didn't tinzi rajin cho, bombi chut de tingan cho, santana, then metushu, nayi tabi shedo, ne trille, kusung to den trusuja, trillion de lo kurusu. 나이 드마장제 바스 근데 시러 나지죠 시시 드마장제 바 트렌드로 그래서 어떠서래도 당하죠 그래 진도한테도 나로는데 소래도 다
The Kandun Gare Rinpoche.
와시 그래 와시 고송도 될 텐데
The Tamche Duni Sashi Da Sepa Lasso.
어디 탈마 또 중국어로 당고 얼마 trusu 당어도 되는 여러다 then shiru raji shije tamajanze ba what
She's saying that in the prayer, the wash prayer, which I believe is the purification, but it doesn't seem to be that. Anyway, Rinpoche is saying that the negation of this, so we have the two negativities, the negativity of distraction and the negativity of faulty wisdom, and she's saying that the eradication of these are mentioned in our prayer book, and the specifically the prayer for washing. Rinpoche is saying washing, which you always refer is meaning purifying the environment or the place. We'll just move on from here, but that's one thing that we can look for. I don't know where it is. Fix something to that. Okay. The okay.
Badu malu jang chusayu. Badu wat malu bayina gi luji go nga go chusaya ge chulan roya ge juni yores. Juni shosana sen gi me bala mene bi na yin ji res. Na yin de go nga so na yin yue na de lo jong yong do de na. Chudan si kari na de lo jong yong maro. Na yin ge jun ji ne wo de ga de ro. 나바 인와다 싫어 치워 다 싫어 요도 몰라 싫어 해마도 그때는 질 싫어 치워서 시치 뒤년보네 띵간지도 싫어래 싫어 띵간지도 싫어도 아부 종소나 네 나인 너는 그래 띵간지가 나인이 버려 싫어도 시적이냐 버려.
So meditative stabilization becomes the antidote to distraction, and wisdom becomes the antidote to faulty wisdom. So it is the distraction is when your mind is, if you have distraction, you won't be able to do any of the practices, really. You won't be able to stabilize any of them if you're distracted. And especially if you won't be able to establish a single-pointed concentration or a focal object concentration if you are distracted. So the antidote to that's concentration. And the faulty wisdom, if you have the wrong view about something, then it's incorrect. So it's not going to do what you think that it will if you are intending it to remove obstacles and so forth, or to remove ignorance, because it is ignorance. So that's what is meant by that mistake. Meditative stabilization is a remedy because it is said that even virtues practices such as repetition of mantra and daily recitations are senseless if your attention wanders elsewhere. Wisdom is a remedy because if you fail to develop the wisdom that fully delineates the topics and the collections of the Buddhist knowledge, you will be mistaken about what to adopt and what to cast aside. I'm reading further on, so I'll stop there and just Rinpoche read further. Nene?
Padu madu jan sen gi me bala ne bi na ba yin wa da shiro chi wa de yong res ti nya bu sho so na san den da shiro ni de res san den na yin gi nya bu je shiro de she ji gi nya bu yin ba de
lasa
she ji gi nya bu de ne sen jin du shiro de sen jen du yi de ju su jang de me ba song jin na ri bi de ne ju de la ra do nan ji shiro ma je na ju du ge ne ra ba la tru ne lo ba shu bi shiro sen da na yi de ba yi na nga so ha ra da gung ja do 참말로 돼 되게 너바제네 그래서 나이 되게 나 사진도 내주 수장 되면 봐 당가서 나바이네 칸을 정바이네 되네 된다시라 용하여 말했을 때
lasa.
어때 손도 도다.
So it's so being distracted makes it really hard to meditate. And if you're distracted, if you're just reciting mantras while you're distracted, it's not really very beneficial. Note, it is beneficial, but it's really not, if you're distracted and just doing mantras, it's not of its intended benefit. It doesn't produce an intended benefit. And it says here, the exact wording is senseless. The Rinpoche, the yene, the gewa chun yure, the zonga dang yene, the yuna.
다 나이 지는 어디 만날 정가 있나? 전다 시절 용화 매버다.
Yene gewa pachas gewa sa.
용고에는 맨날 전다 매선도 없다.
So Rinpoche, I was asking Rinpoche if you are distracted. I said, don't you still receive imprints or virtue? And he said that's not really what it the point that's being made is that if there's really no meaning to it while you're doing it and you're distracted, that it doesn't really, is not even sure if it is producing. Rinpoche is saying it's not even certain if it's producing virtue or not. So he wasn't committing to whether it leaves virtuous imprints or not if you're distracted and just reciting mantras. Then the Rinpoche, the Shachetupa, the Mani Dana, the mantra, the Zonga Dan, Yine Nge Sem, the Jenda Tsanlo, the Gewa Sadue. Dunda me, the
Sentient in the Sujang, Dome Basons, and the Jenda Jilson.
then Dunda Mepa, the Dunda Gare, Dunda Mepa Dunda Gare, Rinpoche.
Then the Gubakar, the Doyun Shetarota, what you want to say was that.
Okay, we'll just leave it. So Rinpoche, this senseless, the word really has no meaning. The word senseless, in the Tibetan, the word is meaningless. So recitations are meaningless if your attentions are elsewhere. And again, I'm not getting anywhere with whether or not that means that there's no virtue or not. Rinpoche is just saying, it doesn't say, it just says that there's no meaning there if you're doing it distracted. And I've asked it a number of ways, so I'm just going to leave it there. Just because I've heard that no matter what, if you're doing mantras, you're leaving imprints of some sort. So Rinpoche is saying, for instance, when you're doing meditation, if you're distracted, then there's no real meaning coming out of the meditation. It's meaningless. If you're supposed to be meditating on something, but you're thinking about something else, then there's no meaning to your meditation. So that's Rinpoche is just expanding on what this meaningless word is, or senseless word is. Okay, Dixon. It won't, and he's saying that it won't really produce your intention. That's what he said. It won't really produce your intention. If you think it's going to, it won't, because you're distracted. There's no meaning there. So it's important that you don't have this distraction so that there's meaning to what you are doing.
Songjin na ribi dinen ji tuen la rodu nanji ji shiro maji na ribi dinen na ne riba mara na ne riba ribi ne nga na ne riba chama riba da riba soa riba dene kare ribi ne nga so marbe ribi ne nga na ne riba tanga su Buddhist
sciences.
Chamariba, Pamanawaduga Karga, Chamariba, then Suariba, Merisemar, Merse, Pembage, Pentaya, Suariba, Dariba, that's not that Sanskrit to the Jirota, so that good, what to do, Dariba, then a carrier.
Are the Rimo?
What the Zuriba, Zuriba, Kambazuya, painting, Zuriba, Marbe, Zuriba, Sazuya, Kambazuya, Shetanzuya, Zuriba, Jirua, Nandariba, Suariba, Samariba, Dariba, and the Kare. Ribinanga.
Jesus. Kambazu.
Kambazu Zuariba, Kambazu. Shetanzuya, Hazuya, Zuariba. Nanduriba, that Buddhist things.
Nanduripa, Tsema Ripa, Sora Ripa, Daripa. Yomari. Sik.
Nanduriba,
Tsema Ripa,
Soariba. Then
the Sanskrit, Sanjikedan.
Dariba.
The Je, and Zuripa.
Zuariba.
Zoriba.
Zuariba.
Zorwa. The May.
Zuariba. Zuariba Mero.
May.
Zuariba Mero. Mersen. What the Shiraji would say.
So there, when we're speaking, so in terms of wisdom, wisdom is a remedy because if you fail to develop the wisdom that fully delineates the topics and the collections of Buddhist knowledge, you'll be mistaken about what to adopt and what to cast aside, even the obvious, and will then conduct yourself wrongly. So here, this is speaking about all of the various objects of wisdom, and in the in Buddhism, we say that there are the 5 sciences, or the 5 topics of wisdom. We're trying to 5. Anyway, I'll find them at some point, but they are the philosophy, valid cognition, medicine, words or languages, and the 5th one, I don't remember. It might be the arts, but I think that falls under a different category. Construction or the arts, we can look those up, but they're the five knowledges, or 5 different knowledges. So it's saying that you really have to have an understanding of all of these in a full way. And in order to do that, you do that through the collection of wisdom. And it's saying it's necessary because if you don't do that, you won't know what to adopt, what to cast aside. You'll have some missing amount of knowledge that you will need, potentially. So that's what the meaning of that is. 5. I can't believe I don't have this here. No, there's no... Okay, I give up. Okay, Dixon. Sciences, the 5 sciences. Rinpoche, Chutsu. Okay. Ngatsu Chutsu Chi dan Karma Jipju the Dangsung. Okay. The Trua dan Lenja? Okay.
That's sentient in Mandraya, Amitabha Jaya, what to look at the Messon, don't remember Songjins, don't remember Songjin, Nari with dinner to La, Ratu, Nanji, Shiro, Majinas, Nari with dinner, the Marvel, can you tell you to the dollar, and then Shiro the Majina, Tujung Shiro, Sanjung Shiro, Gonjung Shiro, or to Majina. Then Joduki, ne Raba, Ponjatan, Nelson Lanja, Rabat and the Trune, Lubashu Rosa Trune, and then what the Ludamum. Then Matinshu Ponyu, Nebi wanted to be Changas was, from a second on the Sonia, but Matinshu Bubi Changan, Sanji Chundu be Tangan, then you do be Changan.
Okay, so wisdom is a remedy because if you fail to develop the wisdom that fully delineates the topics and the collections of Buddhist knowledge, so the collections of Buddhist knowledge are referring to the Kangjur and the Tanjur, the pronouncements of Lord Buddha, and the authentic Indian commentaries. So it says you will be mistaken about what to adopt and what to cast aside, even the obvious. So even the coarse points will be misunderstood because you won't know it, and you will then conduct yourself wrongly. So as a result of not knowing how to properly behave, you will behave in a wrong way. I thought I had it. So this fixes the number of perfections at 6 in terms of there being remedies that eliminate the class of phenomena that are incompatible with virtue. So this is the first category. So we said that Haribhadra fixes the number according to 3 categories. First category, remedies that eliminate the class of phenomena that are incompatible with virtue. That completes that first category. And then we have, based on the next, based on the foundation for achieving every good quality of a Buddha, and then being concordant with helping living beings. So these will be the ones to come. Ripi Wanga Rasa.
Nari Vidinichi, Dunla, Rodu, Shiroji, Naba Majinas, Tangaso, the Lari, the Lojin, the Liabangana, what did the General Lari, to Kanju, and you can go Kurajana, Titananga, Rujina, Lari Chimpuzusha, Yuaris, with the Lari, with the Lojin, with the Shiro di Jesuna, the Piabanduas.
So we can see how our wisdom can truly increase by reading this text. We find that the entire meaning of the Kangjur, which are the pronouncements of Lord Buddha, and the Tenjur, which are the authentic Indian commentaries, and then all of the other points that were ever made can be found summarized within this text right here, within Lama Tsongkhapa's great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment.
What the things are about that, that's Sanji Chundrubi, Labasun the Chang, every Chang and the rest, passing Tombo Jay, Dingan Tusu Ju, Tejeki, Nabai, passing Santen Rulas, Telatene, Hatun Guna, Tokonani to be Tober Jewish Rose, Jewish Dani Batarendua, never did the Madmudua. Sanji Chundubi, Parudishimba, to the Chang and Chang and the rest, Sanji Chundubis, Sanji Chu Zugutan, Longo to Zundua, Ishichugutan, one you can do. Ruby Ji. Zhang'an Ji Zhang'an Pashin Tongboshi, Yinba Tsurin Zoba Zundu Jet Marbe. Jet what Jit Tongboshi Zhang'an Pashin Tongboshi, Yinba Tsurin Zoba Zundu Jebote, Zundu Je, Dingen the Tsusun Jews, Dingen the Tourists, Dingen the Tsusun Jews. Tejeki, then May passing something rulers, and Iwan maybe passing something rulers. Tell a ten, Hatun Guna, the Kunan to be Tober New Sheros, Jervasi, what the Nibatabataredua.
So now we get to the second category, and just real quickly, I found. So it was the 5 major sciences. They're the 5 major fields of study. So the Zuripa is arts and crafts, Soripa is medicine, Jaripa is grammar, and Nandun Ripa, Tenzin Ripa. So grammar. So we have, let me just go through them again. Arts and crafts, medicine, grammar, logic, and philosophy. Tenzin Ripa. Ngatsu Jason. Ngatsu the Zuripa, Soripa, Jaripa.
Jaripa. And
Tenzin Ripa. Then a Nandun Ripa, the Kanga. Okay, so that's so again, those are the 5 fields of study. I looked it up in the dictionary. So we have the arts and crafts, medicine, grammar, logic, and philosophy. Or valid cognition, logic, more could be translated as valid cognition also. So those are the 5 categories of study. Now, going back to the text, Rinpoche read the second part, the second one of Haribhadra's points. The number of perfection is at 6 based on the fact that they are the foundation for achieving every good quality of a Buddha. This is because the first 4 perfections are preconditions for meditative stabilization. So through these 4, you accomplish meditative stabilization, the perfection of non-distraction. Furthermore, when you cultivate insight based on this, you will know reality. So it's saying that you have first this preconditions. You need to achieve this meditative stabilization. So these first are 4 are preconditions for this, for gaining this single-pointed concentration that's necessary in order to become a Buddha, because you take that single-pointed concentration and then you unite it with wisdom, with special insight. So you get this union of calm abiding and special insight. So it's saying, furthermore, when you cultivate insight based on this, you will know reality. So through those 4, you accomplish meditative stabilization, which perfects non-distraction. So through generosity, ethics, concentration, and effort, you perfect, you are able to actually, not perfect, you are able to accomplish and then perfect meditative stabilization, which would be the perfection of non-distraction. Once you achieve a complete stabilization, it's the opposite of non-distraction. Once you have perfection of concentration, it's saying once you have the perfection of concentration, you have the perfection of non-distraction. Furthermore, when you cultivate insight based on this, so when you cultivate insight based on single-pointed concentration, you will know reality. You will understand the nature of reality. You will understand emptiness, basically. Nipa tsar.
Ta somba terendo sejem hibatan Jesu tumbi on to shibi changenes na sheba sonta jemba tsujin zoba sonta mendo sonta chanda wos dene ane mutuju pombe pashin to change ban dene papa tumeji jeba leben singa zombi goba tar shede jenmaje papa tumeji jeba leben singa zombi somba na dus tius goba tar shede shindu la ngaba jiwala ne chiwa nongos what about the rendwa yeah.
Fixing the number of perfections now we get into the third category. Fixing the number of perfections at 6 in terms of their being concordant with helping living beings to mature is similar to meaning to the third one, perfecting the complete fulfillment of others' aims mentioned earlier. I have explained here the noble Asanga's assertions as presented by the Master Haribhadra in his long explanation of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra in 8,000 lines. It is extremely crucial to gain conviction about the 6 perfections.
What the
Okay. Then Mena, so if anybody has any questions, yes. Hold on one sec.
Rinpoche, I was wondering if you could just explain whether loving kindness is included in the 6 perfections, or if it is considered a separate cultivation, because they talk about the union of method and wisdom, method being at least including loving kindness. So is loving kindness included in the 6 perfections?
The Shinchu, the Shamba Yerbe.
The
Chuke Len, the Teichen, the Kanga, the Dudu, the Shinchu Nangla, then the Shamba, the top. Then Shamba Kabiyore.
Shamba
Ninji Dan Shamba. Then the
Shiroro. Shamba Kabayurba.
The Nangla Yerbe Kongi Triwa. Shamba Dang Ninji, the Shinchu Nangla Yerbe.
Shamba da Jimba Aimaro. Jimba Tudi Zobaji, Tunduji, Shiro.
Chu Jimba, the Shamba. Chu Jimba.
What the Chu Jimba Shamba?
Then Garishene, the Semchen Tamje, Dugyal Dan Jail. Garishene, the Chu Tree. Semchen, the Chu Tree Gadu. The Chu Jimba. Then the Get True, Chugi Tree. Garishene Get True Chugi Tree. The Dugyal Dan Jawa. The Ninji.
What the
The Sharon Sanogaribe.
Yeah.
The Datayin. The Chugi Jimba.
다 마시 진짜 용거 샴바스.
Lesso.
유니명아 뒤로.
Lesso.
유니명아 뒤도 신도는 가리. 신도는 뒤가 있는 지고지.
Lesso. So, yes, we would say that they are included all within it. And we would say that all practices are included in the 6 perfections. But in order to get to it, you have to look at it and think it through and explain it. So, for instance, where would love be, loving kindness be in the 6 perfections? So when we look at generosity, for instance, what are the various divisions of generosity? One is the generosity of giving dharma. So why do you teach the dharma? You teach the dharma so that sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness, which is love. You teach the dharma so sentient beings are free from suffering and the causes of suffering, which is compassion. So yes, included within it, but you have to look at the various divisions and then figure it through. So what you would do is look at each, Rinpoche said, of the 6 perfections and say, okay, generosity, how would that relate? And does that relate in some way to love and kindness, loving kindness? What's the motivation behind generosity, loving kindness? What's the motivation of a Mahayanist? It's to fulfill the 4 immeasurable thoughts. So then you would look at the next one, ethics. Is ethics related in some way? Being ethical, is that related in some way to loving kindness? So if ethics would be being kind to others also. So that would be an ethical behavior, would be, you could get to love through ethics, basically. And your ethics, if it's a highest higher training, would have this desire to emerge in it, and if it's a Mahayanist, it would be to take everybody with you, or before you, or after you, depending on which kind of bodhicitta it is. So you would just Rinpoche is saying, look at each of them and see how it would apply. So yes, the 6 perfections are only 6 words, but there are the causes of the 6 perfections, the results of the 6 perfections, the nature of the 6 perfections, the divisions of the 6 perfections. So when you start to look at it, it begins to expand, and you start to see how there's more inclusion within it than it just looks, than you can see on the outside. Okay. Then Rinpoche. The chu get through kanga the mo that's taste gangsena the kucha the gomo ngatong chu the genza the kucha the gomo ngatong then chu get through kanga mo taste chu get through kanga mo taste the tsar the tsar the gong the tu chena la rona So thank you very much, everyone who helped with the chair. Lift for Rinpoche, just all those out there. Thank you so much. And Rinpoche said he'll make aspirational prayers for everyone's wellness. Not just those who gave, but he makes aspirational prayers for everyone's wellness. And he said thank you for that. We didn't even let Rinpoche really know about the process, so I just let him know that everybody worked together to make that happen, and he said to thank you all. So now it's much easier for me to get up the stairs, so thank you. So all of you who helped, thank you, and I'll make aspirational prayers. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll do the concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. Yeah, the Tetsar Rinpoche. Kanga Tesung Tetsar. Le Labudu. Nima Chi. Khensur Shamba Sheda Yure. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. with whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Geshe Rinpoche Gutsi Shapi Denronang, Matsu Lamrim Chemo Kanga Chironang, Ju Rimbo Shuronang.
Yeah.